Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. Sorry if you can hear the cat in the background. She is wandering and playing around the bed where I'm doing the voiceover. This is one of 4 layouts that I did, 12 by 12 layouts that I did for week 12. It was a very full week. I've said that in all the videos and will continue to, because it was a very, very full week. It was my birthday week, but it was also Jeff's grandfather's birthday celebration. So we went and saw him as well and took a ton of photos for everybody's birthday, everything. I absolutely love how most of this spread turned out. There are a couple things. I feel like that's normal, though. I feel like everyone is overly critical of their own work, no matter how good it turns out. And I'm still not completely convinced that I won't go back and maybe splatter a little bit, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about towards the end. You'll see me set up the spread as a whole several times, because since it was such a very large cluster, I was constantly double checking myself to make sure everything was going to fit appropriately. So let's go ahead and get into product and all of that fun stuff. So the spread is built on the postmark page from Heritage Collection. It's actually the B side, because the other side has like stamps all over it. I don't know if I had flipped it over in the beginning or not, or showed that. Everything that I used for the most part, as far as paper, I'm double checking, everything paper related is from the Heritage Collection. So that really big half circle of flowers, I actually fussy cut out quite a while back ago. I used half of the page for a custom that I worked on, and so I just cut the other half of it down because I knew I could use it as a background piece or as an embellishment piece. And I really, really, really love how it ended up pulling all of those colors together and really giving it another layer. I think I really enjoyed how that looked. I had this giant doily in my stash, so obviously that's not from the Heritage Collection. As far as the photographs and the paint swatch looking things and the little tag with the foliage on it, almost looks like a little bit of a fern. Those are obviously all cutouts from pages in the Heritage Collection. I don't have those pages in front of me. They were all 12 by 12 pages, that much I can tell you. I think most, if not all of them, came from the 12 by 12 pad. The lavender and charcoal little swatches, I don't think did. It might have just been a loose page I had. But I did like kind of that scripty photographs handwriting, because I felt like it would tie in really well with the bigger embellishment that I had that said "the such sweet things" and had the flowers on it, or the flower. You see it up in that right hand corner right now. So it all kind of went, and I felt like it gave it a little bit of flow and pulled that same handwriting through the page a little bit. You'll notice that there's no handwritten journaling on this. I've said it before, in most 12 by 12 spread videos, I do my journaling on vellum or on paper of some type, and it's typed. I do it ahead of time. It's just one of those things that I really don't want to, I say, mess up the spread, because sometimes my handwriting's not always on point, and after I've spent an hour doing a very beautiful spread, I don't always think it's the best idea for me to handwrite all over it. There are several spreads that I would like to go back and redo entirely because there's handwriting on them, but I feel like I will ultimately leave them alone just to show the progression and the things that I did back in the day, and I'm totally fine with that. I think that's the fun part about scrapbooking, is seeing your evolution as a creator and just how your skills change. I feel like, I mean, that goes with anything. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, usually. But I lost my train of thought a little bit. Okay, so some really cool things that I did do with this spread. So those lovely little leaf bunches like the one that I'm playing with right now, those are actually from an Inky Quill stamp set that came in the creator box that James Burke did a couple years ago, and I stamped them on vellum to use on the pocket page spread. And then when I was looking at this, I thought, oh my God, how pretty that would be. And it would pull kind of that black and white back into it, but it wouldn't be so harsh. It would be really delicate if it was on vellum again. And so I did a bunch of those while I was watching TV one afternoon, and just fussy cut them back out so that I could use them as embellishments for other layouts that I was planning. Then I use foam. It's actually only adhesive on one side, which I kind of like because I'm not married to the placement so much, and I can pick it up a little bit easier than if it were double-sided. I'm sure as my skills improve, I'll go to double-sided at some point. In the end, you're going to see me struggle a lot with the sprinkles, as I call them, and as a lot of other crafters call them. The enamel dots and the lovely glitter stars that there's the A side of this paper. I knew I'd flip it over at some point. Sorry, tangent. I really struggled with the sprinkles of this particular layout because I kept feeling like it either didn't match or it faded into the page that it was already on. So that's why I say I might go back and do some splatter. I think it would look really nice if it had like a little bit of a brown kind of vintage splatter across the whole spread. But I need it to kind of settle, and I need to leave it alone for a little bit before I get into that. I did go back and do my little like dashed border around the photographs, as well as the little tag that I made out of that fern looking card down at the bottom, just to give it a little pop and a little push, and also help it pull off the page. Normally I feel like I bump things up on the foam a little bit more. This turned into more of a layered spread than dynamic feels like the right word, but I don't know if it is. Normally things do pop off the spread a little bit more, but because I was using the Such Sweet Things little embellishment, and it's more of like, remember Such Sweet Things, I didn't want to like chop it off because I really liked how it looked as a whole. And I really love how it kind of corrals in that little corner, and it really was a good sentiment for the two photos. At least I felt that way. I felt like it kind of pulled it back in a little bit. But here you're going to see me struggle bust with the enamel dots. And if you've seen my videos before, you know this is usually the bit that takes the longest. This is also why I probably speed up my videos the most, is because you will see me move them all over creation. It's just, I don't know why I'm so OCD about it, and I get really caught up in the enamel dots, but I do. Another thing that I am going to add are grammar. So I do add a couple stickers from the Heritage Sticker Book. Again, that was the majority of all the parts and pieces that I did use. I've always been kind of grounded in that. I think with 12 by 12 spreads, I do tend to lean more towards pulling a whole collection out and utilizing it, because I feel like it's a great opportunity for me to dive into the stash, and I don't get so narrow with my pocket pages. I tend to bring everything but the kitchen sink to that game, but when it comes to a 12 by 12 spread, I really like to pull out everything from a collection that matches, so that I can bust through that stash a little bit. So if you're having, if you're kind of struggling, or you feel like you are struggling with a theme or something, maybe make your own kit or pull out a whole collection of stuff that you have, and then see what photos you might have that would go with that, and go ahead and bust through a spread or two, and it'll make you feel awesome to use your supplies, but it'll also feel really nice because they're all made to go together, so it feels natural in a way. At least for me it does. But I really did enjoy scrapbooking these photos, and I actually I know this video is coming much later than intended. Normally I will upload on Wednesdays and Sundays at noon. Wednesday and this week has been a bit crazy, and I feel like a little bit of a broken record, but I do want to let you guys know that I do think that a medicine that I was switched to right before I took my series, I think is the nasty little culprit for a lot of fatigue I have been having. So now that I figured that out, I'm going to work with my doctor and with the pharmacy and go back to what I was on, which was perfectly fine. It was just out of stock at the time. So hopefully that will fix the issue and I will have some energy again. And we'll be back on schedule, but I am planning to have my August planned with me on Sunday as well, so no stress and no worries. So you just you get both your videos, you just get them a little bit out of order. So I hope that works for you guys. These cute little bird stickers, I love how they turned out on the spread. I think I'm a changed woman after that pretty spread that I did for my birthday where I used those clear butterflies. I think I'm a changed woman, and I now think I can use clear stickers on these spreads, at least if they're black and white, because that's all of what I've used so far. The color ones could be a little tricky, not gonna lie. And then I just popped these 2 little sentiments on in the bottom of this tag, and then I stapled them. You'll see that in a little bit. I do staple them in the end just to give another little texture piece. I'm a big fan of having the different textures across the board, as you can see. But I do hope you really enjoyed this spread. These were just some cute photos taken at the birthday party of the 2 of them laughing and telling stories, which I love. So, like I said, I hope you, and I look forward to our next video. Bye.